Welcome to AI Brief, episode 119.
Hello.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into some really interesting developments in AI.
Yeah, a lot to cover this week.
We've got Anthropic's work on mapping AI values. Pretty fascinating stuff.
And the UAE's plan to use AI in actual lawmaking? That's a big one.
Definitely. Plus, Hassabis from Google DeepMind talking about AI, health, and AGI timelines.
And some new models, chips, and even VC insights on building AI products.
So let's jump right in. First up, Anthropic charting Claude's values.
Right. So this study wasn't small. They looked at over 300,000 real AI conversations.
That is a massive data set. And what do they find?
Well, they pulled out, get this, 3,307 unique values that Claude expressed.
Wow. How do they even categorize all that?
They grouped them into 5 main types: practical, knowledge-related, social, protective, and personal.
Okay. Practical and knowledge-related. What does that mean in practice?
Things like helpfulness, professionalism, the stuff you'd expect from an assistant AI, those came up most often.
Makes sense for everyday use.
But interestingly, the more sort of ethical values seemed to surface more when Claude was pushed, like when it got harmful requests.
So it reacts to the situation.
Exactly. And that's the key takeaway, maybe. The values aren't fixed. They're context dependent.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Like, it might talk about healthy boundaries if someone's asking for relationship advice.
Okay.
But if the topic is AI ethics, it shifts to talking about human agency.
Huh. So it suggests AI morality, or whatever we call it, might be more situational than like a fixed rule book.
That seems to be what the research points towards. Yeah, a kind of
Okay.
situational awareness of values.
Interesting. Okay, let's shift gears. The UAE. Using AI to write laws.
It sounds like sci-fi, but yes, they're setting up a specific office, the Regulatory Intelligence Office,
And the goal.
to dramatically speed up making legislation. They're aiming to cut development time by 70%.
70%.
How? The plan is for AI to help draft and analyze laws. It'll use a huge database of existing laws, court rulings, government data, all of it.
And this fits into their broader AI strategy, right?
Absolutely. It builds on that big $30 billion AI infrastructure fund they announced.
It's incredibly ambitious, giving AI a role in actual legislation.
For sure. And, experts are raising flags already. Concerns about reliability, potential bias in the AI, how it interprets things.
Standard AI concerns, but amplified when you're talking about the law itself.
Exactly. It's a major step towards AI having real legislative influence. Raises big questions about AI versus human judgment there.
Definitely one to watch.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of huge ambitions, Hassabis.
Yes. The Google DeepMind CEO. He was on 60 Minutes recently.
And he made some pretty bold claims, especially about AI and health.
He did. He suggested AI-driven drug discovery could accelerate things so much. He actually threw out the idea of potentially ending all disease.
All disease, within how long?
He mentioned possibly within a decade.
That is quite the statement.
It is. Very optimistic. He also showed off their Project Astra assistant.
What did that do?
Things like identifying paintings, apparently reading emotions, showing off more general AI capabilities.
And he put a timeline on AGI too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's thinking 5 to 10 years for artificial general intelligence, and he thinks consciousness could emerge eventually.
Wow. He also mentioned robotics.
Briefly, yeah. Previewed a system with some reasoning ability, understanding abstract ideas like how colors mix.
His level of conviction really signals how fast things are expected to move.
Absolutely. High stakes, high expectations in the field right now.
Okay, let's talk models. A new video model.
Yes. From a startup called Sand AI, they've open sourced something called Amagi 1.
Amagi 1. What's different about it?
It's a video language model using autoregression. So it generates video frame by frame sequentially.
And the benefit of that is?
Better consistency, apparently. Characters and style should hold up better across the video clip. They've got examples online.
I want to check those out. And sticking with hardware for a second, Huawei and chips.
Right. So with the U.S. restricting certain Nvidia chips, like the H20 for China.
There's a gap in the market there.
Exactly. And Huawei seems poised to step in. They're releasing new chips, like the Ascend 920.
Aimed at who?
Big Chinese companies doing AI work. Think DeepSeek, Alibaba. Places that need serious compute power.
And how do these chips compare?
Well, reports suggest their existing 910C chip already hits about 60% of the performance of NVIDIA's H100. So the new ones could be quite competitive.
Interesting dynamic there. Now let's switch to the business side. Insights from VC Jeff Bussgang.
Yeah, he had some interesting takes on what it takes to succeed with AI products now.
What stood out?
He highlighted how AI distribution is different from the early web. It's instant, it's global right from the start.
So faster scaling potential.
Potentially, yeah. But his advice for startups was really practical. The focus on getting beyond the pilot stage
Wow.
by showing real, tangible benefits. Use metrics. Prove the value clearly. Don't just build cool tech.
Makes sense. Find the actual business need.
Right, and he suggests using AI itself for that. Analyze data, prototype quickly, figure out the must-have value proposition.
And it's not just coding anymore.
No, he stressed that things like brand, distribution strategy, even just good old interpersonal skills are becoming just as crucial as the technical side for AI companies.
Good advice. Okay, let's quickly run through some other headlines making waves.
Sure. Some noise about Amazon Bedrock customers being unhappy with limitations on Anthropic's models there.
Okay, and Elon Musk.
Looking for serious funding, apparently, for his combined XAI and X venture. Big numbers being floated.
Always ambitious. What else?
11 Labs launched something called agent-to-agent transfers. Sounds like a way to link different AI agents for more complex workflows.
Interesting. Hollywood news.
The Academy, yes, the Oscars people now officially permits using AI in filmmaking. That's a notable policy shift.
It is. Anything from Anthropic besides the value study.
They put out a best practices guide for their Claude code platform, helping developers use it effectively.
And Shopify and ChatGPT.
Testing Catalog found hints of a potential integration for in-app purchases using ChatGPT within Shopify. Still early days, though.
What about automation?
A new company called Mechanize, launched by Temeh Basiroglu, has the stated goal of, well, complete labor automation using AI agents.
Another bold goal.
Definitely. And Motorola Solutions is rolling out SVX, that's an AI assistant for emergency workers.
Practical application there. And wildlife.
The Worldwide Fund for Nature is using AI cameras to spot snow leopards and warn farmers, hoping to reduce conflict and protect the animals.
Wow, AI really is everywhere. Okay, finally, let's hit some trending tools people might want to check out.
Got a list here. Gemma 3 QAT. That's a 27 billion parameter model designed for consumer GPUs.
Grok Studio.
A collaborative workspace for documents and code. From XAI, presumably.
Kling multi-elements.
Tool for messing with videos, adding, swapping, deleting things, using text prompts.
Orpheus TTS.
Open source text-to-speech, aiming for natural emotion.
Whisk 2.0.
Turns images into short, 8-second animated clips.
Right.
An AI calendar assistant helps optimize your schedule.
Bookaroozy. Sounds fun.
An AI tool that claims to read and help you understand books.
Pinecone.
That's a big one in the backend space. Platform for building vector search applications, key for many AI tasks.
And Synthesia.
Generates realistic AI video clones of people. You've probably seen examples.
Right. Lots of tools out there.
Constantly evolving.
Okay, that was quite the tour through the AI landscape this week. We hope this deep dive has provided some valuable insights.
It's a lot to keep up with, for sure.
To stay on top of it all, be sure to follow AI Brief. And if you found this useful, please share it with anyone you think might be interested.
Thanks for tuning in.